everybody, it's Peggy and I'm here to do a couple of projects for Poetspice's Emboss and Punch collab that she's got going on. This is week 2 and May 14th. So what I have used for the punches this week is the around the edge punch, and this is the French scroll. So that's your corner punch, and then this one does the sides. And this is what you end up with. You do the corners and then you fill in the edges. So I've done a 5-inch square and a 3 1/4 inch. So I just put a little bit of tape on here and see if we can get this lined up with the big piece. No, don't do that. There we go. Close enough. Stick that down. And then we'll put some tape on the back side and stick it down. Oh, I got a paper bag here, a fancy one. And we're just going to stick this topper onto the back of the bag. So that'll just flip over like that to make a topper. So I've got a couple other pieces here that I want to add to it. Just brighten her up a little bit. I've got this new die set that I got here. Can we see that? There we go. So I've doubled that up, so we'll just put a little bit of glue on that so we can stick that down. And that looks about center. And that looks about straight. So we'll just stick that down there. And then I have a resin flower here that we'll just stick that onto with lots of glue. And there we go. So there we go. We've made a cute little topper out of our punches for a paper bag here. Okie dokie, so there's that. And for the embossing, to make a card here, I want to use one of these We Are Memory Keepers embossing folders. I really like these. Now these are a lot thicker than your regular, that's a Sizzix one there. But I don't know whether you can see, where are we here? The difference in the thickness of them. Here we go. Maybe we can see it now. The Memory Keepers is about twice as thick as your standard embossing folder. So that means your sandwich that you use in your machine has to be different. If you try to run it through as a normal embossing folder, you're going to jam up your machine. So I have figured it out for the Cuttlebug that I need my thick A plate and a metal shim That goes on the bottom. And then we'll put our embossing folder in. And what I really like about the We Are Memory Keepers here, it's got a grid on it too, so it's easier to line everything up in it. Yep, that's got to come down, it's crooked. Here we go. And then I'm using my C plate for the top. So it's just the a metal shim, and a C plate for embossing on the Cuttlebug. Now you'll have to figure it out for your other machines here, your big shots and what have you. So just run that through, and it gives you a real nice, oh, my viewfinder just ticked down here, so you can see it gives it a real nice quilted look. So what am I doing now? I'm going to add this picture to the back of my piece that I've got just embossed there. So I'll just zip a little bit of glue around the edge. And that out of the way. I'll get that lined up here. There we go. A little bit of glue popped through here, but we'll get that cleaned up. Okie dokie. So we're just going to pop that in there, like that. And then I just want to, white edges really annoy me, so I'm just going to use my blender and just put a little bit of color along the edge there. I've got red on this one. It's just going lightly on it here just to get a little bit of color. Just so it doesn't look so bland and unfinished. So there's that. So I have a 5.5 by 5.5 card base here, so we'll just stick that down. I'll get my handy dandy ATG here. I know, I go nuts with the tape. I think when I started out I was getting the cheap tape from the dollar store and it wouldn't stay stuck, so I've been paranoid ever since about getting enough sticky on my projects. So this will have just a little bit of a border. As I say, this is a 5.5 by 5.5, so I cut this just a little bit smaller than 5.5 to go down. So there we go. And then I've cut out a frame. You do that by just taking a plain circle and then your fancy one, and that will give you this when you cut it out. So we'll just stick a little bit of glue on here. And there we go. And just get that lined up, because I used the same side circle to cut out the pink section here, so that will fit perfectly over that. And there we go. There's my card. I colored her up the other day. I think she's so cute. A little girl standing on her head here. So there we go. My 2 projects for this week. My paper bag and my card. So there you go. Any questions about anything? Give me a holler. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to check out all the people that are listed down below to see what they've made this week. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.